guys, Yami Sorceress here again, and why the glasses, you're asking? Well, because we are unboxing something just absolutely so sexy and bootylicious that we just need the protection for our eyes. Ha ha ha. But seriously, I cannot see colors with sunglasses on, so taking them off, but all of you get your sunglasses. So sorry guys, I already kind of unboxed it, but at least I left the paper on. But unboxing the box, yeah, that's not too much fun for you. It's all the fun for me. But yes, guys, over the crinkling, today, beneath the hidden tissue paper, we are unboxing another Dragon Ball Gals figure. And it's lunch! Ah! Scream! So the last Dragon Ball figure that I unboxed, it was the Dragon Ball Gals Android 18 edition. So if you guys are interested in that review and that unboxing, go to the description down below and click on the link. Otherwise, we will move on to lunch. Bye-bye, Android 18. Today's not for you. Instead, we are unboxing a different blonde. We are unboxing lunch. Yay! I love these girls' names. I love all the names in Dragon Ball Z. It's so odd, to say the least. Lunch, Trunks, Bra, Pan. Bulma means something. Something like exercise? Something exercisey, sorry. So while I am unwrapping this, if you guys are interested, I will give you some price specs at the end of this. However, they go very fast and they're a bit on the pricey side. But here we go. There she is in her little box. It is a small figure compared to most other figures. And I do have to say that because they're so small, I don't think that they're worth the price necessarily, but they are made very well and they look fabulous. So for this, her main colors are orange and green. So it matches her outfit pretty much. And you can see her in the center right there looking badass as ever. And you can definitely see that, well, her breasts are giant, her hips match the breasts, and it is the extreme perfect hourglass figure shape. So like always, I tell you guys how to check if it is authentic. All goes back to this little sticker up here. So look for the Bandai sticker. Once again, you see her in the center and you see her gun that she's supposed to be holding down there in the middle. And we have on the side here, different close-up views of this wonderful woman. Backside. Also repeat your directions, well, your warnings at the bottom that say, do not let your kids eat this, blah, blah, blah. And other side, we have her full posed, looking absolutely awesome. I must say, I'm looking forward to this particular figure because we have never really gotten a figure of Lunch at all, which is very disappointing. She was my favorite character in Dragon Ball, and then all of a sudden she just disappears. So, top side, nothing really to say. You have your Dragon Ball Gals logo at the top here, and the bottom side, just one last little look at her. And now we will begin the unboxing process, cutting off the tiny little three tapes. So while I'm slicing off tapes delicately here, I have to say, I mentioned this in the other video, but a lot of Dragon Ball fans, anyone who's collecting these figures, they're not necessarily happy with the way that these figures have been coming out, mostly because all the girls are, in extreme cases, way too overdone breasts and booty-wise. So a lot of people have just been passing on these figures. That and, well, my complaint, they're a little too expensive. But if you guys are interested, they have Android 18, Lunch, the other version of Lunch, and we have a couple versions of Bulma, and we also have a new Videl that is coming out. And this is very hard to open without damaging. Come on. Oh, come on. That was a hassle. Slipping her out. And I always show the inside of these boxes. So on the inside, we have a nice orange with orange stars glittering all up over the place. Correct me if I am wrong. I believe the Android 18 box had blue stars on it. Yeah, it did have blue stars. I'm just checking that right now. So now the moment we have all been waiting for. Let's attempt once again to remove tape and get this pretty gal out. But I must say, just before I even open this, what size bra is this? V? Z? Dragon Ball Z? Okay, and finally, there goes plastic, and moving on. So to begin with, I'll start with the stand for a change, make you guys wait for it. But the stand, a little bit different from the Android 18 one. So for this one, this was the Android 18 one. So it says Dragon Ball Z down at the bottom with the Capsule Corp symbol circling in the center. And then notice the pegs here. So the pegs are translucent. Now, let's just take a look at Lunch's stand. So automatically you could say that yes, it's not Dragon Ball Z anymore, it's just Dragon Ball because sadly she did not make it to the Z series for whatever sad reason it was. The peg, on the other hand, is that there's one metal peg up here, and I believe that's just for extra support. If you had a transparent peg, less stability, especially if the character only has one foot placed down upon the stand. So, for Android 18, she had both of her feet on the stand. For Lunch, supposedly only one foot is going down. Is it one foot going down? Yes, one foot is only going down, so therefore, extra support for the lady. And that heavy chest and booty. And now the moment you all have been waiting for. Especially you guys out there. Come on. I know you've been waiting for this. Here we go, fellas. We have extra sexy Lunch there. Nom 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 nom. So let's start with the front, and then we will go towards the back side. Colors, absolutely gorgeous all around. I do not see a single flaw, a mistake, even a little bit of a drip onto a different part of the figure. And I love her pose. It's way more action-filled, I think, than Android 18. Android 18 for me was more of the sexy pose. Whereas Lunch, I mean, sure, her outfit definitely is going the way too sexy look, but please, at least she's badass. She has a grenade, and I will include her gun in a couple of minutes. Her facial features are really nice, too. I like the shape of her eyes. They are pretty similar to Android 18. They're more slanty compared to what you would see in other animes, so you would see more of the chibi-like eye, so the roundish eye, whereas Dragon Ball Z girls, more of a slanty look. So I do like that. It distinguishes these girls much more compared to other animes. Her smile, very sinister. And also similar to Android 18 was that for Android 18 they sort of made her hair go out and up a little bit more, like the wind's going through it. So this is continuing once again with Lunch here. So wind is passing through her hair, making her hair more dynamic. And if you guys are interested, there's your grenade. And what I love about these figures is that even just something so simple as a grenade, they put so much detail into it. So they carved each of these grooves so meticulously and so delicately. And even the little hook that you pull out from the grenade, it's in there, and it looks really accurate for a hook. You would probably have to get the figure yourself to see just how accurate that is, but this just goes to show that even though the figure is small, and it's not glossy like some of the Kotobukiya ones, is that there's so much quality to these figures that it's no wonder that they are a little bit on the pricey side. And this could also be related to the shoes and the socks. The socks are just perfect, the perfect folding mechanism that was sculpted into these. And then the shoes, the buckles, the laces, the straps, everything that goes with it is just done so well, including the shading on some of the areas of the shoe, for instance. So you have your apple red going into the maroon red right here. I just think that whoever paints these figures, they know what they're doing. So a little bit random, we'll go into the chest for a bit, but a little random right here is that this strap kind of going over the breast right here, it does hang off of the figure, so it is a bit delicate on this part, as well as the other part. If you push down a bit, it's not going to break. I'm just saying that it's not attached completely to the figure, but I do like that. It gives it some dimension. And now we go to the breast part, everyone. So they are much bigger than Android 18's. I really, truly mean that. Where is that girl? So I know you probably can't tell, but just trust me on this. Lunch's breasts are much larger compared to Android 18's breasts. So if you guys are interested in that, lunch is the winner here. Why am I doing this? I don't get paid enough. And about her skin, the color of her skin and the shades and grooves that's around like her navel area and the abs area, they did this very well. So they sculpted it out just absolutely phenomenally. And the color is exquisite all around. They probably could have used maybe one more shade if they so chose to make the indents a little more profound, but I think it probably would have ruined the figure. Otherwise, I think that just absolutely everything about her so far is excellent. And now we will move to the backside. So yes, while you all are just staring at her assets at the bottom, I will discuss the hair for a moment. Hair-wise, love the curls. I didn't really notice this until just now, but these big balls of curls, I do love them. They're just excellent for the figure. It brings out her hair, it gives it more volume, more depth, as well as just the color. Now, some of these strands are a bit delicate. You don't want to touch or play with them too much. They could easily break if you fiddle with them, but really, if this thing were to be knocked over, it's not going to do any damage, hopefully, to your figure. And going back to the shoes for a second. So the bottom, they even have soles and there's grooves in there. It does feel like the sole of a shoe. So they really went in there and carved out each of these little zigzaggy lines. So that's what I'm saying about these figures, is that yes, they're small. They may not be the price that we all want it to be, lower, but it really does show that they took the time to really make a great figure. And for the butt, it's a big booty. What can I say? I mean, I don't even have to review this part, but she needs longer shorts, in my opinion. So yes, off the bat, we can already say that Android 18, sure, the biggest thing about her are her breasts that are showing, but at least her assets are covered up pretty much. She has her tights at the bottom, so it's not so, oh my gosh, like Lunch is doing right here. But you know what? In some way, I do like the sexy figures. I do appreciate them. And yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yes, I do appreciate them. I don't judge at all. Though I do still think that she could use some longer shorts in her everyday life. Now, it may just be the way that the figures are posed. So Android 18, because she's sort of leaning forward, her ass goes out a bit more, but it does seem that Android 18's booty is a little bit bigger than Lunch's booty. This is just for my visual purposes, but definitely if you want more of the assy look, go for Lunch. Okay, so enough about Lunch. I think she's excellent and all. Now let's get her on her stand. Just like I mentioned, so that little metal rod that's coming out right there inserts very easily into her foot. And hopefully she balances. Yeah, she does balance. She balances pretty well. Yeah, very well. So very stable, mostly. And I have mentioned this before in other reviews. I love figures that seem like they could tip over or in these dramatic poses with like 1 foot down on the base. So really, I'm sorry, Android 18, Lunch might be winning. And there's one more little thing with this particular figure, is that it comes with a prop. Yes, a tiny little gun, which in real life would be a giant military gun. But whoever sculpted this took a long ass time, we're going to use that word for the sake of this. Just every groove on this gun is perfect. I mean, there's definitely a few spaces that I guess they could have used an air gun to get some of the little speckles out, but you really cannot see it. But the trigger, I mean, they even included the trigger, and everything looks so precise and so delicate. Upon this, it does look very real. And the color, off black, a little bit of gray in there, so there is slight shading within the gun, so adds a little bit more detail to the weapon. And I do like that they took the time to not just focus on the figure, but also the prop to go along with it. I believe that's how it goes. Yeah, so her index finger on her right hand, it's supposed to be in the trigger area. So within that, here we go. So within this little hole that you see there, the problem is that it doesn't fit snugly. Yeah, it doesn't really fit snugly to the figure. So expect it to probably drop, or if a nice breeze goes through your room, it will probably fall out of her hand. Sorry. But that is pretty much the reality of it. But besides that little problem, I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous in every single manner. I love the colors, I love her pose, and I just love how they finally made a lunch character. And I'm really excited that they did not only her evil version, but also her good version as well. So now I will give you guys a couple little price specs, where you can find her, how much you should be paying for her. So the nice thing about these figures is that if you did pre-order them, you got a little bit of a discount, so about $10 off. Currently, you can still get her, and I really thought she would have been sold out. So off of Hobby Search, you can get her for 9,250 yen, so approximately $79.06. When I pre-ordered her, she was 8,325 yen, so about $10 off. So that was about $69. You know what, whatever that was, put it right there. But still, let's round this off to $80. A lot of people would not pay $80 for this type of figure. There are many other figures that you can get for much cheaper that are pretty much the same size and even have like the glossy paint jobs, whatever that you prefer. However, once again, the reason that these are so expensive is that, well, it's the Dragon Ball Gals series. We don't expect that these figures will be around, and there's probably not going to be second, third printing of these. It's pretty much a one-time deal. And then in addition, just once again, the detail that goes into these figures completely. So the curls, the color, the sculpting in particular. I mean, just once again, the gun, for example, all that detail associated with that. It's a good quality figure. And this is why the price is a little bit on the pricey side. Now, if you're interested, you can also get her off of AmiAmi.com. Little bit better with price-wise, so that's 8,600 yen. So now we're down to about $73 altogether. Not really a big discount, but it's a little bit better. Now, if you're interested in her other version, so the nice black-haired version of her, she's sold out. And I knew that that was going to happen. She was going for a much higher price, so 9,900 yen. So, you know what? I don't even know what that is. Put it down there again. But, yeah, I did know that that one was going to be the rare Ultra one. But still, I do like her evil self more. And I probably would not have pre-ordered or even purchased the other version. If I come across it in my life, I will probably get it, depending on the price. But for the moment, I got what I came for. I do like lunch. I love Android 18. If they made a pan, then everything would be fine. I would have all the girls that I like in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. Yay. But besides Android 18 and lunch and, well, her evil and her good self, we also have a few other of the girls from Dragon Ball Z that you can get if you are interested. For Bulma, well, of course, Bulma is the token female of the Dragon Ball series all across the board. There are 3 versions of her, 2 that are pretty old, and 1 that is just coming up for pre-order if you guys are interested. This one is most likely going to be the next rare one next to the nice lunch version, and this one is the same, so about 9,900 yen. And if you are also interested, there is a small Chi-Chi version. And Chi-Chi, because she's a little bit smaller, is going to go for a little bit cheaper, so 5,860 yen. Not too bad, but once again, I will probably not get her. The next one I will get will probably be a pan one if they come out with it. Come on! Other than that, you can also get the Videl, and Videl is up for pre-order right now, and She was a good character, in my opinion, but I think she could have been more. She kind of just then dropped off the face of the earth after the final Dragon Ball Z series. And, well, I probably won't get her either. Let alone I'm not too fond of the pose. I think they could have done more with her. So that is all for today's unboxing and review of Lunch. If you guys are interested in the unboxing and review that I did for Android 18, go to the bottom of the description and click that wonderful link right there. And if you loved this review, unboxing, if you enjoy everything that I do, hit the like button, smash it in the face, even better, subscribe to me. I will love you guys forever. Plenty more unboxings on the way, plenty more weird stuff that I do along the way as well. In the meantime, Yami Sorceress is out until the next unboxing, review, art project, whatever I have in store for you, and cosplay projects to come next month. See ya!